Yes, good vibes on a Sunday. Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here. We're back. More of this weird show. I think this is the penultimate episode. I think we only have one more episode left after this. This is episode 3 of housingcomplexc. Let's see if this is going to work this time. I can't find it. There we go. Can't get it to work, man. I can't get it to work. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So we have our optical illusions. We have our mismatched buttons. Housing complex crazy. Maybe that's what the C does stand for. I'm wondering where are we going with this? With 2 episodes left. Counting today, we have 2 episodes left. Today and next week. Hey, Soul Taker. Counting those, like, all right, yeah. Counting, like, what the hell am I saying? What are we doing? What are we doing? This next episode something crazy has to happen today. I feel like something crazy has to happen today, or some crazy development or something, because, like, I don't know. Are we gonna get to that scene from episode 1, and that's in the last episode? That would be nuts. I hope that episode's from I hope that part is from today, and then we can go crazy for the last episode. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we do get some answers. What's up, Killer Bean? Maybe that's how this maybe that's how this works. Maybe that's how this works will end. What do you mean? I don't know. I said something. I don't know. All right. Let me mute everything up. Bow and bow. Bow and then pause. Oh, this episode end. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that scene from episode 1, you're good. Hopefully that scene from episode 1 is in this episode. Because if it's in the last episode, then I'm like, maybe it will end in nothing process. We just get some weird disjointed show from start to finish. All right, I think everything is all set. Yep. Housing Complex C, episode 3 out of 4. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The doggo. Who knows? They might sacrifice little Kimmy. That's right. This opening is blamming. I love this opening so much. More volume. More volume. I'm trying to see if I can understand what he's saying. I realize that some of these words are in English. Yeah. I don't. Okay. I feel like I can fix my broken life. That doesn't sound like English. That can't be English. I can't understand a word. Never let this come out. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but it sounds good. All I know is they're saying, let's take back hope, fixing my broken life, stuff like that. And it sounds good. The Edie's in English? We'll see. Yeah, I'm doing the same. It wasn't the foreigners. What? Cut it. Cut it out. Cut it out. We did. We talked to him and we figured out it wasn't him. Look. Like, what? Why would I do that? What? Why are we jumping to conclusions? When did we? Oh. Your kind? Terrible country. That old lady was praying to the fish. We can't forget that. The old lady that's been starting with all the stuff before everything was praying to the fish. They're moss. Moss. They turned into moss. You know what you saw? Translations. I can't read that. It's the moss. Yes. Okay. Look at you. Was it? It was the grandma. It was the grandma. Yeah, she's been running around saying racist stuff since the beginning. She was cooking for them? I'm not trusting that food either. Especially like earlier in that day, she just came in screaming racist stuff at me. You gonna come down later tonight and give me some food? Ain't no telling what you did. So we think that people aren't turning into moss, and someone is killing these people and then leaving moss. That sounded silly before I could even spit it out. You think there's a possibility someone's leaving moss behind, basing it off of it? Can't even spit it out. But my like Khan seemingly took the sauce from his apartment down to the thing. Who would have had the time to put the decapitated dog's head inside of the sauce without no one seeing? It's like Dave Chappelle. Sprinkle some crack on it. Let's get out of here. It's wild. Was it the night before? I thought. Damn. Not gonna lie, this is. I'm not gonna lie, this is legit how she's either sick or she's pregnant. But that's how stuff like this happens. One thing happens, another thing happens, another thing happens, and then before you know it, everyone hates everybody. She's either pregnant or she's sick. But with the sauce, I thought they were cooking that sauce that morning. Like I thought that because Khan gave it to Kimmy, like taste the sauce, and she's like, that's good. And seemingly we walked outside to have the shaved ice party, and the head was in it. Because even Khan was like, "Hey, can you taste this for me? It don't taste right." I keep forgetting I can understand them. I don't have to read the subtitles. All right, optical illusions. So we got optical illusions from the first episode. Good question. So we got optical illusions from the first episode. We got mismatch buttons from the second episode. We got full circle seemingly from this episode. Like things going full circle. Nah, but when they said, "We're not listening to filth," you open your door and weird smells come out. Like you stink. That bird, that chicken. Oh, it is a chicken. Yo, relax. Don't beat him. No, they scapegoated him. They scapegoated him. Dude, if Taka dies, this whole island is going to just turn upside down. He's like the only sane person. It's been like 2 weeks or 3 weeks since the start of the series, right? It's the 31st. It was like August like 12th or something. Who's Rubel? He leaving? You just abandoning everybody? So you're gonna abandon them? A rainbow at nighttime? I've never seen a rainbow at nighttime. Someone. That's the same look that was in Khan's eyes, and from the first episode. Is it coming from somewhere? What? Whatever that means. So housing complex C is the. Wow. Are we saying that the stone is the. The music was very magical and majestic and everything. I haven't seen you in a long time. Taka is either dead or running around this island with the rainbow color in his eyes. So housing complex C is where the black gate was. Gone. Imagine just like listening to a 9-year-old and just obliging to every wish and command. Like I have to remember, she's 9 years old. That coward ran away. He's probably the smartest person. Oh no. If Taka is dead, she just knew exactly where to go. Yeah, he totally got possessed. Totally did. Our boy Taka is gone. Taka probably came down here and kept going into that area from that first episode when we discovered it, didn't he? Oh no, these are all the Taka did? It's on that, yeah. What's that thing in the middle? Is that Taka's rock? Uh-oh. That is Taka's rock. Oh boy. We're not following the tunnel. I'm not following him in there. I'm not going in there. I'm not following that hole. Ain't no way. See, I wouldn't be in this scary movie. I couldn't. You wanna know why? Because it would be no scary movie. No way! Y'all saw what I saw. We going back. The fish people. The fish people. Kimmy's that chick from the flashback. Kimmy's that chick from the flashback. Yeah, big octopus. That's Taka. She knows. (2003) large boat swept on a roof. 2021, 2022. They did my boy Taka filthy. Show us your mom. They did my boy Taka filthy. What is that? What is that? What are we doing? I don't. Real quick. Real quick. Taka really came in here and strung himself up, yo. That hurts. That actually got me. I didn't like that. I actually didn't like that. Like that actually got me. Cause like Taka's like, I think he might have been my favorite character. That's wrong. That's foul. That's foul. They did my boy Taka dirty like that. That's wrong. That's dead wrong. That's wrong. Did him filthy. That got me. I don't. I genuinely don't know. Cause there's clearly something supernatural happening. Like before, like the episode was kind of maybe point us in the direction of this could be something else, but 100% there's something supernatural that is happening. So we don't know. Maybe Taka did it himself. Maybe Taka was helped. We don't know how long he's been in here. Because I'm pretty sure, like, but what's crazy is that Taka wiped away the moss on the stone, but when we went past the stone, the moss was back on the stone, as if to cover up the fact that anyone even found this. If not for Kimmy, who seemingly is a reincarnation of that chick from the flashback we got in the first episode. Like, if not for her, we never would have found him. No one would have ever found him because no one was going to go down there. Oh my goodness. So there's no telling if like a fish monster helped him, or if he somehow just like if he did this himself, how the hell did he even manage to pull that off? Like how would he have managed to pull this off? That's loud. Like I hold on. How would he have managed to pull that off? That's mad up there. Did we take whatever that book was inside the moss? Did we take that? Wow, they did my boy filthy, yo. Oh, they did my boy filthy. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. I don't know what I was expecting, whenever we were crawling in here. But to see this, to see him hung up, I didn't. That hurt. That genuinely did. I didn't like that. Oh, I didn't like that. And it's like, how did Kimmy even see that? It's like Kimmy saw him up there, but so like, is it moss to everyone else, but Kimmy actually sees the person there? I don't know. Maybe everyone is an optical illusion. Maybe there is something weird like going on, and all these people on this island aren't really like people, but they're like these weird plant thingies. Maybe that is the case, but 1000% offerings to a big octopus, and we have all these optical illusions and things possessing people and making them go crazy and all that stuff. That's on brand, correct? With who shouldn't be smoking with, I don't care. With that's on brand with Cthulhu a little bit. Yeah. It's on brand. Like, this is nuts. I who mentioned Cthulhu like 2 episodes ago? Who mentioned Cthulhu the first time we seen the fish people? Episode 1, you see the glimpse of the fish person. Someone was like, "Oh, Cthulhu." Little did you know that you 1000% were right. It could, I think, someone definitely did. For the big octopus. My gut's telling me Rubel didn't escape either. No way. If Rubel got out of there, he's the smartest person in the series. Besides Taka. Taka was smart, but he was too smart for his own good. Instead of Taka, like, Taka tried to figure out the mystery and got caught up. He got caught up. So, oh my god. So Rubel and Taka were the only 2 people that could make either side reconcile, and they're both gone. Yeah, Rubel. That's who left. Rubel. 2 people that can make both sides reconcile are gone. They're out of the picture. This seems on brand. I figured as much, Soul Taker. I figured. Also, what, I always forget her name. It's Kimmy, and then the other girl's who? I just call them both Kimmy. I don't remember her name. Have we always what's his face? Yuri, there we go. She's never called herself like her older sister. Never. Or like big sister. This is like the first time it happens. And she's just like, memory flashbacks. Yeah, this is what I want to look at. So 8/20/2003. And Khan's like, this dog is old. But then he picks up that. That's from 2011. Large boat swept onto roof by tsunami. And that's from 2011. Wow, makes sense. But what building is this? Is this from the island? Excuse me? Is this housing complex B? Like what? Like where's that from? But then you look at this 9/1/2021 and this is, and that's tea because this word said unsweetened. It's like a can of something. I want to say it said unsweetened. All right, so look at the newspaper clipping. And then bang. I'll go full screen on this one. This looks like either sweetened or unsweetened. So this is like a can of something. So you have a dog collar from 2003. You have a news clipping from 2011. You have this can from this year, seemingly. But then you have all the calendars from 2000. So we have stuff scattered throughout 2 decades. But then we skip forward to all this stuff in her apartment. Like, I want to slow motion this. Just so there's no slow motion option in this player. You must be starving. Let me get you some food. I'm being stupid. About to get the whole stream taken down. I forgot I had it full screen. So, okay. So whatever this plant is, it's down in these vases. And those are the roots. That's how it's going to look. These are plants. That's how the roots are going to look. Looks creepy when you mix it with that stuff. When the wheel comes full circle for everything, we have eyes. We had a seemingly an M, like a fetus in one of them. Like, that seems like I guess all the people in housing complex C are are these plant people that Kimmy is. Kimmy all they mommy? Was she surprised? It feels like what it feels like is like there's 2 different versions of Kimmy. It feels like when she steps foot inside of her apartment, she like something comes over her or she's different. And then when she decides to leave, she turns into the Kimmy that we know. But even they said, because hold on. Well, just to see how many days passed. Let's go back to episode 2. Because they showed the calendar quite a bit. So if we go back to episode 2. Because we went through a lot of time skips throughout this episode before the shaved ice party. Right there. Oh. Trying to see where. Come on now. It's the 27th. Hold on. $5.56. He gets bodied. So she's like wiping her eyes because she was crying. Seemingly. And she's like, I'm glad the rain clears up. Okay, we'll catch up later. She leaves. So that's the 27th that this whole get together happens. Maybe. She's got like a war going on inside of her. So when we come to episode 3, let's go to the start of the episode. At the start of episode 3, I want to say Taka mentions Kimmy hasn't been outside out of her apartment in days. And it's like the skip that. And it's like the 29th, right? And this episode starts off with. So she hasn't left home in 2 days. With what we know that's going on in her apartment, what is she doing for 2 days inside of there? Oh, come on, man. With the damn buffering. Oh, perfect. The 29th. She hadn't left in 2 days. So seemingly after this shaved ice party, she just went home and didn't come back outside until Yuri came to her door and was like, please come outside. And she finally like worked up the courage to go outside. Yeah, he says. All right. I just want to get to the scene where Yuri goes to Kimmy. Nah, this was funny though. You open the door and strange smells come out. Excuse me? Yeah, your house stinks. All right. She's sitting right there. Dude, I don't know. This is where the show got me. Like, even with like the breadcrumbs we've been getting, I don't even know what the hell the end of this episode's supposed to mean. Like, you say octopus, what the hell? You say octopus person to me, and I just instantly go to Cthulhu, especially with all the people going crazy and slowly descending into madness. But then you have like the Black Gate, you have the rainbow at night, you have all this crazy stuff happening. It's like I don't know what to take. So what it makes me feel like is Taka looked at the rainbow. The rainbow instantly made him. That happened, right? Taka looked at the rainbow, and then from looking at that rainbow, was reminded of Kimmy's bubbles that she was blowing. But what is the relevance between that rainbow and the bubbles she blew, besides the fact that the bubbles like are refracting light weird, and the liquid that's used makes a bubble look like a rainbow? What's the correlation between that outside of Kimmy being the one that did it? But it seems like the same look that Taka had after looking at the rainbow, like that his eyes went over like greenish with the rainbow color to it, and then he was like on this hunt trying to find something. Like from that scene in episode 1 when Khan is chasing Kimmy and Yuri, he had that same look in his eye seemingly, before Yuri's dad came and busted him in the back of the head with I must have been too far. I didn't get to see it. Arrow keys work with me. So but like before that point, it was seemingly the same. Like what? Where? A bright rainbow at nighttime. Maybe that's the moment he died. He came from outside the island to solve a mystery, followed the rainbow, and died. yeah, like what's the correlation between Kimmy blowing bubbles and like why would Taka think back to that moment? So are we saying that like why the interns were here for something, like Khan was here for something else? He just happened to join these interns because I don't know. See, I don't know. The series has got me. The series has got me. It's the same look that Khan had in his eyes, but why think time feels stacked? Yeah, they must be. But then that's making me wonder. The outsiders must be. You're right. They must be, because they're saying that, like from the little thing at the end, how like they sacrifice people. They must be. It lines up too with what was Lawada, the old lady? She was so angry and mean to those people, and then seemingly just remembered the old saying and just want to be nice all of a sudden, like as if she was filled in on something, maybe trying to be nice, keep them around, give them food so that they feel comfortable. I don't freaking know. Like legit, I don't know. Damn, they did my boy Taka dirty, man. That hit me. Like when she, like for real, this really, it was very effective. Super effective. I mean, it's how they get the complex filled. They keep the people from previous sacrifices. Maybe Taka was from a previous sacrifice. You think so? So you're thinking something like Kimmy's the only constant in all this. We sacrifice everyone that lives in the housing complex. But there's still other people that live on the island. So that's what's weird about this. Like housing complex C, it's the island's not that small. There's still more people that live on this island. So what about the area around housing complex C is just so weird? Like surely other people that live on the island would come around and be like, this Kimmy girl has been here forever. Maybe they just play along. Maybe they're all fish people. Maybe all the people in the town are fish people. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Did my boy Taka dirty, man? So who wrote this story in the cave? That's a good question to ask. Who wrote the story in the cave? Because this story in the cave is the flashback scene that we saw from episode 1. This is the girl that screamed that seemingly is Kimmy. This is the seeming sister that got killed. And then she screamed and let out the scream and everyone started to die and stuff. This is what this looks like because they're the only two people in this clothing. This is burning down. There's dead bodies everywhere and they're attacking. This is the scene. So who wrote this? Did she write it? Did she get away? Go in this cave, write this down? Who did this? Yeah, this scene right here. That's what that scene was. And she knows it's top. She knows. She's up to no. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I don't know. She's aware. How is Kimmy even living? She's 9, seemingly. Is this the same moon from the first episode? Dang it, I wasn't even paying attention to the moon. I wasn't even paying attention to the moon. Go back a little bit. Wasn't even paying attention to the moon. I was trying to see if they were wearing the same clothes from the first episode, Crescent Moon, but I didn't want to, like, I don't want to go back to the first. Well, what the hell? It's like I wanted to wait before going back to the first episode and hoping that that scene would have been in this episode, but it wasn't. Seemingly in the next episode. Let's go back. I wish they wouldn't have even shown this part. Right? I really wish they wouldn't have shown this. I'm being honest. Like, with how weird this show is, we didn't need. What? Hold on. I'm putting my headphones back on. The subtitle said Cthulhu. Did you see that? I need to listen. I don't ever even remember that. And put my headphones back on. Did the subtitle just ruin it? The subtitle might have ruined this if they didn't actually say the name. Hold on. Subtitle said Cthulhu. Hold on. Maybe that is why someone said it. I gotta unmute. Bring this back. That was so loud. That was so loud. It's still weird, Cyber. Yeah, it says it. I don't know what language this is. It says something, 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 Cthulhu. Weird, 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 weird. See, it's like, I don't know what language that is. Is that, it's weird, weird. It's not, it's just weird, weird. Like, what language is this? Like, I don't know. I don't know what language this is. It doesn't sound like Japanese to me. I'm about to Google this. Hold on. I'm legit. It's an hour? We've been alive for an hour? Oh, snap. We have been. I didn't even realize that. Hold on. I just looked it up. What is your interpretation of this same exact saying that's on the screen? I posted this on, like, the Reddit Cthulhu. I'm reading this from Reddit. I figured this would be an appropriate subreddit as well. I know H.P. Lovecraft said the literal translation is, in his house at R'lyeh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. Well, what does he imply by this? I read on LOL Cthulhu, whatever, a forum about how to pronounce it. An interesting take on which user this is a lot of stuff that I don't understand. This saying on the screen is generally translated as "In his house, dead Cthulhu of Riley awaits dreaming." But what they don't tell you is that dreaming is an inexact translation for whatever some word is. It also means creating, and whatever another word says doesn't actually mean wait. It's more of a measurement of time. So a more exact translation would be from his place of power, inert Cthulhu of Riley temporarily creates. You have to admit the other translation is much more poetic. See, what he is dreaming of is us, and through his dreams we are created. So when he begins to dream of something else or waking perhaps our world one, I don't know. This person says everyone can have their own interpretation. I'd be willing to guess the person who wrote that also speaks Klingon and or Elvish. I believe it's part of a limerick, since is what is the Rylish term? Copy. What is this? What language is this? This is some Cthulhu stuff. 1000%. This series is. Oh, it's a language that H.P. Lovecraft made up. So this isn't even like a language that people speak. This is a language that H.P. Lovecraft created. Like there's a whole phenomenon. Like this is crazy. So this series is related to Cthulhu. Holy crap. Bro, there are hundreds of languages and they make a new one? Yeah. Almost a lot of the most popular fantasy series, like all those authors have created another language. Like Tolkien created the Elvish language. Like if we both learned the Elvish language, we can talk Elvish to each other. That's weird. And he created it. Okay. Let me preface this. I'm still reading. Let me preface this by saying I'm not a linguist by any means. Like you can learn Valerian from the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. Of the phrase that's on the screen, we are certain of two words: Cthulhu being he's comic horror and sunken city Riley, whatever, however you pronounce that. Okay, the phrase is mentioned frequently. I believe it's associated with dreaming. Keep in mind that Cthulhu's dreams are more than just his dreams. They have the ability to mold the mind of men, propagating the cult and whatnot. That saying is pretty important to the whole release Cthulhu when the stars are right scheme from the view of the cult. Thus, the cultists would be fixated most on that phrase. The action Cthulhu is performing is waiting first and foremost, but of little concern to man. Riley being his house doesn't matter as long as they know where to go when the stars are right. And him being dead has double meaning, according to a much discussed couplet from the Necronomicon. So now we have 3 unknown alien phrases, 1 known. I'm going too far into this. I don't feel like I need to go this far into this. Man, I'm interested. Yeah, Game of Thrones is Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah, same language, Valerian. They it's crazy. Like all these fantasy series, they come up with languages that these people like. Valerian. There's whatever. What was called Drogo? Like what race of people are they? I don't remember. Whatever race of people they are, they have their own language that he created. It's weird, and you can speak it. That's weird. Crazy, intuitive, creative, weird. All right. So if we knew the Lovecraft lore, it would have been more clear. Yeah, like so I would assume that if someone watching this, if they were like even familiar with Cthulhu, would have started this series, right? If I didn't have subtitles on, I'm not catching that. 1000%, I'm not catching that unless someone tells me to go listen for it. I don't think I'm catching that because it just sounded like gibberish to me. And I would have watched it, like if I watched this on my own, I wouldn't have watched it with subtitles because it's in dub. I would have been like, I don't know what this is. But the fact that we go here and the subtitle says it, it's like, oh wow. So someone that is familiar with like H.P. Lovecraft and familiar with Cthulhu would have started this series, heard that, and been like, "Oh, I know what we're getting into." Nothing probably would have been a shock to them. To us, we're freaking losing our minds because we have no idea. But to them, they would have been like, "Oh, it's part of the usual." Let's just see what kind of twist they put on it. That's probably would have for anyone else that's familiar with Cthulhu. We're sitting here going crazy because we have no idea. Like, I've heard of Cthulhu. I know about like the whole like if you like look upon him, you go crazy. All that stuff. That's pretty much all I know. Like, if he gets released, it'll be the end of the world. He's at the bottom of the ocean, stuff like that. So now with all of, and then original concept / script, amphibian. 1000% this is Cthulhu based. So now it's just the question is who are the cultists that are trying to release Cthulhu? Is it the people on the island? Is it the foreigners? Who's the person that's trying to do this? So like, even going back to like previously, you have the people that were native to that island, and then like the invaders coming in. Were the people of the island like trying to awaken him, and then the other invaders are trying to kill them off so that they don't? I don't know. See, I don't know. Is Kimmy like the main person in all this, being used directly, manipulating everything? I don't freaking know. I guess we don't need to look back at. Okay, hold on. So let me go back. Yuri is wearing a pink dress. She was wearing a pink dress in episode 3, right? Pink dress. And we know Yuri, her outfits change every episode. It's not like regular cartoon stuff where they wear the same clothes all the time. She's wearing a pink dress at the end of this episode. Yes. Yes, she is. So this is gonna happen tonight. So that scene from the first episode is gonna happen tonight. They're gonna leave out of here. You know what's probably gonna happen? Kimmy and Yuri probably leave. Nah, Kimmy and Yuri probably leave. Khan probably stays behind a little bit, finds some stuff, goes up there to confront her. Because maybe Khan is the normal person. Because Kimmy's up to some weird stuff. And Yuri is drinking the Kool-Aid because she doesn't know any better. What if Khan is like, yo, she's evil. I got to kill this little girl. She crazy. And that's why he's chasing him down. But he's like this big buff man and she's a 9-year-old. So now, like, I don't know, but he had the crazy look in his eyes too, like Taka did. So what's that mean? I don't know. What if Kimmy is growing the fish people? Anything I say doesn't make sense when I keep talking. I don't know. Wow. This show's got me, man. This show's got me. It took us 3 episodes to figure out that this was Cthulhu related, and all they had to do was say the big octopus man, monster man, and they're like, oh, Cthulhu. But then you go back to the first episode, and within the first 3 seconds of the show, it says Cthulhu, and I didn't hear it. Go back to listen to it. It's right there. See, I still don't know enough about Cthulhu to understand what possibly could happen. I feel like we're going to get to the end of this series and still not knew what happened. and have to and then be like, man, this is trash because we don't understand. Um, supernatural element feels like someone trying to explain their nightmare. Yes, that's a good way to put that. Cthulhu. It's H.P. Lovecraft is an author that wrote all of like these cosmic horrors. So like H.P. If I'm not mistaken, no, that's H.G. Wells, but H.P. Lovecraft is responsible behind a lot of like popular stories and like mythologies for like these monsters and all this stuff. And Cthulhu is one of these like monsters. Like I can't even like really. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. I've never been like truly like invested. I've never been truly invested in Lovecraft. Just like, okay, cool. But if I can give you a brief explanation of what Cthulhu is. Cthulhu is a fictional cosmic entity created by writer H.P. Lovecraft. It was first introduced in his short story, The Call of Cthulhu, published by them. We don't need to read that, whatever. In 1928, that's what you need to know. So he's like a part of like Lovecraft's pantheon of like these cosmic entities that he's created. Okay. Lovecraft depicts it as a gigantic entity worshipped by cultists in the shape of a green octopus dragon in a caricature of human form. So yeah, it's like kind of like Cthulhu is like this cosmic entity that was trapped at the bottom of the ocean, but if released will bring about the end of the world. Like if you look upon Cthulhu, you'll go crazy. If you like worshiping, he'll like give you these visions and you'll go mad and worshiping and trying to free him and all that stuff. Lovecraft is his name. Yes. H.P. Lovecraft. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm trying to like skim through this to see if I can give like some more about Cthulhu. Um, I don't know. This is publication histories, science. I don't know. That's pretty much all I can give for you. But yeah. Hmm. What does Cthulhu do to humans? Yeah, Cthulhu is infamously known for his grotesque appearance and gigantic size, as well as his ability to drive any human that gazes upon his form to insanity. Yep. So that's what Cthulhu is, like this cosmic entity. Um, it's true. Wow. Once the palace of the Maya Cthulhu in times beyond memory, Riley became the creature's prison after the war against the Elder Gods resulted in a defeat for the Great Old Ones. Since that time, he has remained imprisoned there, sleeping the sleep of the dead until one day his followers might free him from his captivity. There you go. So that's pretty much what Cthulhu is. Interesting. So this is a story based on this, and his cultists are trying to like sacrifice to him and free him or something. I don't know. Let's see how this last episode goes. Let's just see how this last episode goes. Oh boy. There's I will say one thing about Cthulhu is it has like such a following behind it that if something even like features like one of these cosmic entities done by Lovecraft, like anybody in like that cares about it will flock to it. Like the most recent thing that I remember happening, and I never got a chance to see the movie. I never like felt compelled to see it. I kind of wanted to see it. It was a movie called like Underwater or something. What was it called? The movie was called Underwater. Underwater. Yeah. Yes, the movie's called Underwater. It was Kristen Stewart was in it, and Kristen Stewart has the same thing with Robert Pattinson because they both were in the Twilight movies. Any other movie that they've been in after that gets dunked on because they were in the Twilight movies. Mad immature, but whatever. I remember that movie coming out, and I remember seeing the previews being like, "Oh, that might be a cool like popcorn movie you could throw in and have fun with it." And like the critics reviewed it, critics didn't like it. They were like, "Ah, it's whatever." But then yeah, it's gonna, like, movies like that are gonna have a bad rating because like anyone, like if he's in it, like he has to act his tail off, and he has been, and just people don't see the movies he's in. Same thing with her. But like all the critics are like, "Oh, the movie is like whatever, it's whatever." But the movie was secretly a Cthulhu movie because it was like, we're at the bottom of the ocean and things are going bad and there's sea monsters attacking us. Like, it felt generic until you got in the movie, and it's like, it's not sea monsters attacking us. It's like we went down here messing with stuff, and then, oh boy, like we actually stumbled across Cthulhu and we woke him up. Like, we were able to wake him up, and now he's destroying us. Like, it ended up turning into like this super Lovecraftian thing that no one expected was gonna happen. No one expected it. So then, like, you could see it, it's kind of getting like this. It's been out 2 years and it's getting like this cult following behind it, where it's just like people are like, if we knew it was this, we would have went and saw it. And it's just like, well, that's gonna spoil it if it's supposed to be like this huge plot point of the movie. And now people are liking it, and a lot of people, I know people that have seen it, are like, the movie's not that bad. Like, the movie was pretty cool. But it's like one of those things where it's just like, oh, it was a secret. Yeah, it's like it's got like an actual cult following growing behind it. I've seen clips from the movie, and whenever you see the sea monster, I'm like, yeah, that's Cthulhu, all right. And they do it so well. I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so it's like anything that has like a Cthulhu in it or anything from Lovecraft in it is gonna pop eventually. Eventually it'll pop. People will like it. This conversation is really blending reality and fiction. It is. So 100%, when people find out that this series is based on Cthulhu, I guarantee you more people watch it. I guarantee you more people watch it because it'll probably be some twist of like the Cthulhu story. I do feel like a cultist, huh? I'm done. I'm done. Look at this cool image from Gundam. There you go. Palette cleanser. Look at this cool image from Gundam. I do feel like I'm trying to recruit people. I'm leaving. I'll see you guys back here next week for the finale. This art is pretty cool, by the way. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you for hanging out. I do feel like we made tremendous steps in figuring out what this story is about. We went from being super confused to being super confused, but knowing that it's about something super confusing. So now it's just like, what's this last episode gonna be? So thank you guys. Appreciate you. Gosh. Have a good rest of your Sunday or Monday, wherever you are. Have a good week coming up. And hopefully, God willing, see you guys back here next Sunday for the finale of Housing Complex C. So thank you again. I appreciate you, and I'll see you. Peace out.